So we are looking at the Woodwind family today, and these are known as keys. If you remember back, our brass instruments, they had valves. They went inside, they had holes in them, and they allowed the air to pass through other slides so that they could extend the length of the instrument. So with the woodwinds, they're going to have holes in the body. And if you look right here, we have some holes. And then the key goes down and shuts those holes. So that's how they extend the length of their tube, is by closing the keys. So this instrument here is called the flute, and it is the only one that doesn't have a reed, which we will look at here in just a little bit. So we have the mouthpiece here, or the mouth plate, the lip plate, and then we have the keys down the body. So with the flute, it is the only one that doesn't have the reed, and the reed's what vibrates on most of these to make the sound. So if it doesn't have a reed, how does it vibrate? Let's see if I buzz into it. No, it doesn't really produce a sound. A little bit hard to do too. So what about if I blow into it? No. If I blow in and wiggle the keys? No. So what is different about this one is that your air is actually split by this lip plate here. So if we are blowing across it and it splits right here, the air splits and it tries to vibrate to come back together, but it can't because the instrument's in the way. And that's what actually is doing the vibrating here. So let's see if we can listen to a song and figure out what it is. Here we go. Any ideas what song that is? If you said apple tree, you are absolutely correct. Great listening. Alright, so this instrument here is called the oboe. It is a member of our woodwind family, and it has keys on it instead of valves. So if you think back to the brass one that we covered the past couple of times, they had valves on them that went up and down or side to side. These here are keys, and if you look very closely, you could see that there are holes underneath where those keys are. And then the key closes and it shuts the hole. And that's kind of how it changes the pitch. This right here is a double reed. We're going to talk more about the reeds here after a while. But there is a top reed and a bottom reed. And that's what vibrates to make it sound on the oboe. So let's see if we can figure out what song this is. What song was that? If you said it was I See the Moon, you are absolutely correct. Great listening. Alright, so this is the clarinet, and it has keys on it, just like the flute and the oboe do. But remember that keys are different from valves. Valves go up and down or side to side, and their holes are connecting to the tubes. Well, these keys are actually covering holes. And if you look here, you can kind of see where we have some holes. My fingers actually cover those. But underneath these keys, there are also holes, and the key is what seals those. So we have holes that our fingers cover and close, and we also have the keys that the pads cover the holes, or that the keys cover the holes. So on here we have the mouthpiece, the ligature, and the reed here. So the oboe had a double reed. This is what's known as a single reed. If I take it off, you can see that there is nothing in between here. It's just a reed. Just one single reed, one part. So this ligature, kind of like our body, has ligaments to hold our muscles to our bones and keep everything working properly. The reed has to be held onto the mouthpiece. So the ligature here is going to be holding on to the reed and the mouthpiece to keep them connected. So we're going to put that on there. We're going to tighten down our ligature and get it lined up just right so it makes its best sound. And then we're going to see if we can recognize the song. So, see if you can recognize this song. Did you figure out what it is? If you said peas porridge hot, you are correct. Great listening.